Good evening, everyone. My name is Sanaya Jones, and welcome to Campus Nightly. Tonight, we will be covering the Trump-Epstein statue returning after the removal by National Park Service, the release of Taylor Swift's new album, Life of a Showgirl, and the annual Essex County Senior Citizens Art Show. We'll also have an interview with filmmaker and studio engineer Lily Giannoni. This is Campus Nightly. For our first story of the night, the Trump-Epstein statue has returned to DC's National Mall days after its abrupt removal. The originally bronze-painted statue was first titled Best Friends Forever, but has since been renamed Why Can't We Be Friends when it first appeared in front of the U.S. Capitol on September 23rd. White House spokesperson Abigail Jackson told NPR in a statement that, quote, "It's not news that Epstein knew Donald Trump because Donald Trump kicked Epstein out of his club for being a creep," unquote. The Secret Handshake, a club responsible for making other satirical anti-Trump statues, obtained a permit from the National Park Service to display the statue through September 28th, but the statue was quickly taken down and hauled onto a truck before the sunrise of September 24th. A spokesperson for the Department of Interior told NPR that the statue was removed, quote, because it was not compliant with the permit issued, unquote. The White House did not respond for questioning regarding the statue, and the group was able to recover the statue, not in its original state. Photos obtained by the Daily Beast revealed the damage the statue suffered when it was taken down by U.S. Park Police. One photo showed that Trump's head was sliced in half, and another photo showed Trump and Epstein's arms snapped off their respective bodies during the takedown. One of the anonymous artists of the Secret Handshake said, quote, "They didn't just remove it, they toppled it over a bunch of pieces," unquote. The right leg of the Trump statue was also gone. The artists of the Secret Handshake were said to have worked tirelessly to repair the statue and obtain a new permit needed to get it back on display. The group was supposed to be given a 24-hour notice before the statue was taken down, but instead, the artists found their work smashed to bits without notice. 1 week later, the statue returned to the mall and is slated to remain on mall grounds through 8 p.m. local time on October 6th. The statue now stands on a freedom of speech permit. Swifties are excited for the anticipated release by Taylor Swift, Life of a Showgirl. The album has become a huge topic of conversation, with many fans theorizing the album's meanings of Swift's life in the spotlight and the nostalgia of her past albums. One song on Swift's album, Actually Romantic, has fans wondering if it's a potential diss track aimed at Charli XCX, who wrote Sympathy is a Knife from her album Brad. The track's themes and lyrics suggest that Swift is in a one-sided relationship with someone who constantly obsesses over her, and despite the negative feelings the person has for her, she thinks the efforts the person goes to is quote-unquote actually romantic. The lead single and opening track of Swift's album, The Fate of Ophelia, sets the album's darker narrative and references Shakespeare's Ophelia, where a woman suffers a tragic fate due to the men in her life. But in Taylor's case, she experiences a happier fate and thanks her lover for saving her from the fate of Ophelia. This is a personal metaphor for Swift as she identifies with Ophelia's feelings of being overwhelmed by expectations and betrayal. Though this song has a deeper meaning, it serves as a testament of redemption where love and loyalty truly exist. The entire album of The Life of a Showgirl showcases the exuberant and dramatic energy while on her Eras tour, her romance with Travis Kelce and the dark side of the industry, and resilience and defiance. Swift's new album marks a thematic shift from her infectious pop tunes to her darker counterpart themes from her previous album, The Tortured Poets Department. Both The Life of a Showgirl and The Tortured Poets Department go together because they show two opposite sides of Swift's life during her Eras tour, with the Poets Department talking about her breakup with more melancholic tunes to becoming a showgirl with bright, catchy, and confident tracks. Coming up after the break is our campus events segment with Kendall Waters.
As one of America's leading Catholic universities, Seton Hall is creating graduates who are ready for anything.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
I'm ready to work in the ICU.
To work in the big leagues.
To be a leader.
To teach special ed. To make my mark.
To volunteer in Micronesia.
To improve health around the world.
To get my master's.
I'm ready to make a difference.
To spread smiles.
To help others.
I'm ready for anything.
Seton Hall. Imagine what great minds can do.
Good evening, Pirates. Welcome to Campus Events, your weekly guide to what's happening around Seton Hall. I'm Kendall Waters, and here are some upcoming events you won't want to miss. First up, bring your sweet tooth and your curiosity to Candies with Culture. It's happening Thursday, October 9th from 2 to 4 p.m. in the Xavier first floor lobby. This event invites residents to sample candies and treats from different countries, each with its own unique story and tradition. It's all about building community through inclusion, respect, and appreciation. Stop by to try something new, share your favorites, and connect with others over the universal language of sweets. Next, history meets the present in a thought-provoking event hosted by the Slavic Club. It's called The End of World War II, 80 Years Later, Remembering History and Confronting New Conflicts in Ukraine. Join in Thursday, October 9th from 5 to 8 p.m. in Fahey Room 236. You'll hear from guest lecturers reflecting on the 80th anniversary of the end of World War II and how today's events in Ukraine are sparking tough but necessary conversations about lessons of the past. And to close out the week, show off your creative side at Open Mic Night. It's happening Thursday, October 9th from 7:30 to 10 p.m. in Schwartz Room 113 in the amphitheater. Whether you sing, rap, read poetry, or just want to cheer on your friends, this is a chance to take the stage and vibe with the Seton Hall community. So whether you're sampling sweets, learning from history, or sharing your talents, there's something for everyone this week on campus. For more info and even more events, visit Seton Hall's Engage website. I'm Kendall Waters, and this has been Campus Events. Back to you, Sanaya.
Thanks, Kendall. For our last story of the night, South Orange seniors earn awards at the Essex County Art Show. 2 artists from South Orange, Carolyn Hicks, won second place in the non-professional works on paper category with her artwork Peony Close Up, and Cindy Wolf won second place in the professional acrylic category with Enzo. A total of 37 people received awards in the 2025 Essex County Senior Citizens Juried Art Show. All the artists range from the towns of Bloomfield, Caldwell, Cedar Grove, East Orange, Farfield, Glenridge, Livingston, Montclair, Newark, Nutley, Parsippany, Roseland, South Orange, West Caldwell, and West Orange. The contest is open to all professional and non-professional artists aged 60 and older. Their artwork is judged on originality, composition, style, quality, and creativity. The seniors whose artwork got first place were automatically entered into the NJ Senior Citizens Art Show. The winning artists were then recognized during an awards ceremony on September 12th in the Robert O'Toole Community Center in Cedar Grove Park. Essex County Executive Joseph DiVincenzo Jr. said, quote, "Essex County has a thriving fine arts community, and our senior art show enables our older residents, both professionals and non-professionals, to display their original creations where the public can see them. This is an excellent event for us to promote the arts and inspire our residents to use their talents," end quote. Up next, after the break, is an exclusive interview with filmmaker Lily Giannoni.
Was it rolling? Oh yeah, that was great.
Welcome back to Campus Nightly. Please welcome our special guest, Lily Giannoni. How are you, Lily?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Do you think women are getting enough representation in film?
No. I don't currently. I think a lot has shifted. Like, I think that we are seeing more women in film, which is better, like, you know, more than ever, which is great because people have access to different kinds of technology. So we're just seeing more representation across the board, but I still don't think it's enough. So I could talk about this sort of thing for way longer than I should. But there's the Gina Davis Institute is, I think it's a non-for-profit, and they do a lot of studies and things to show basically who we're seeing on screen, who we're not seeing on screen, how often that's happening, who's behind the camera, how many female directors we're seeing at the Oscars and at these award shows, and the numbers kind of keep coming up that we're just not seeing enough. I think it is getting better, but I still think that we have a long way to go.
Right.
Yeah.
For sure. I definitely do think we have a long way to go. And I hope to see more women represented because it definitely needs to be represented.
And it's the more people that get access to storytelling, the more stories get told.
Oh,
you
for
know?
sure.
So for years there was a lot of, we would see women in films that were just not fully round dynamic characters because they weren't written by women. You know, women didn't have a place in the writer's room. And so I think it's important to have all genders, all races, like people need to be represented. And so we need people in the writer's room, we need people behind the camera, we need female gaffers, we need female grips, we need female audio people. We just need more women on set, women in media, women on screen also. So I'm a big advocate for that. I really believe in that.
I love that. Do you think representation in film has changed, or do you feel like it needs to be changed?
I feel like it's gotten better. Like, I think things like the Me Too movement really kind of opened people's eyes.
What do you love about the uplifting aspect of being a woman in film?
One thing that I feel I'm very proud of about being a woman that works in the industry and works in film and in media and things like that is getting to see other women get excited about it. So I have an 11-year-old niece who, I talk to her about my filmmaking and I talk to her about the short films that I do. That's me and my co-producers Chris Aurelio and Ashley Becker actually just shot a short film on their property, and she helped out and she was just so excited, and now she wants to be a filmmaker. Wow. And so it's really nice to just kind of get to see that because I didn't see that as much, and so it's nice to be an example of what's possible. I think it's hard to think you can do something if you don't see somebody that looks like you doing it. I think that's all across the board. I think that's for men, women, for everybody. You need to see somebody that looks like you just to let you know that, like, that's possible. It's for you too. Like, you're welcome also in this community.
Right.
Yeah.
What would you say to women who are trying to get into film but feel like they haven't seen the right opportunity for them to get into it?
I would say to keep looking, and I would say to reach out, to network, to build community. There are a lot of organizations, New York Women in Film and TV, because I'm originally from New York. So New York Women in Film and TV is a great one. Femme Fatales is another one that I follow, and they offer workshops, networking opportunities, screenings, competitions, contests for short films, for writers, things like that. I think networking is a huge, huge part of being a filmmaker and being in this community, and I think it's really important to get yourself out there, and it can be really scary to network because it can feel like a chore. It can feel like it's just hard. You have to go and meet people and you have to make a great impression, but you'd be really surprised by the people that are out there looking for someone like you, and the people that are out there that are excited about the same things that you're excited about. And so if you just go out there and if you're just yourself and you talk about the things that you like and you talk about the projects you're excited about, there will be other people that are also excited. Not everyone's your people, but your people are there. There are people.
That's definitely how I felt about Shoe TV when I joined. I was a little scared at first, but when I joined, I felt this just overwhelming sense of community, and everyone here is so welcoming. So I feel like being here, it's opening me up to new experiences and new people, and like I said, everyone here is so welcoming.
It's really nice at Seton Hall. I mean, Shoe TV especially, but at Seton Hall, it's just been such a nice kind of thing to tap into, because I only started working here in January, and so I've only just been here for 9 months, however many months it has been now, but it's just been really, really nice to see all the students collaborating with each other and building a network, and you can see people connecting and finding their tribe, the people that they're going to work with, because I still work with people that I've worked with for 10 years. I still work with people that I haven't worked with, I still work with the director of photography that got me my first production assistant job when I was 20 years old. Wow. And we went years without working together. He went off to do other things, I went off to do other things, and then we reconnected. And that's the same with, producers and all these people. Just stay in contact, stay connected. You find your family, you know?
Yeah. Do you think community is a big part of film?
Yeah, I think community is probably the biggest thing in film. I mean, obviously creativity and hard work and all those things are obvious, but I think it is, people don't realize how important community is. And I mean, filmmaking is a collaborative process. You need other people. You need other people to help you do it. But that's also when you build a community and you build a network, it's you have people in your corner. Other people are trying to help you. You're trying to help them. And my first screenwriting teacher, who I love, Dana Weidman, who works up in Poughkeepsie, New York, at Dutchess Community College. I remember it was advice for writers, but I take it to heart with filmmaking as a whole. If another writer wins, if one of your people in your network wins, you're winning.
Yeah.
You're winning. Because if they rise up, they can help bring you up. And if you rise up, you can help bring them up. So really is, people like to work with people they like, you know?
Yeah.
So people remember, oh, they were great on set, they worked hard, they cared, I want to bring them back. It could be years down the line, but they will bring you back. If you work hard and you make a good impression, it matters.
Yeah.
And so I really do. I think this industry is really hard, and I think this industry can really easily hurt your feelings. It is a very dramatic thing to say, but I think community is the answer. I think community is going to save us.
For sure.
Yeah.
I definitely agree with that community will save us. And finding people that you can connect with so that way you have that community to fall back on, I think that's great as well.
Yeah.
I want to talk a little bit about your comedy, because I know you love comedy.
I do.
So how much of comedy do you think impacted you in film and writing your films?
I love comedy. Comedy is my favorite of the genres. Like, I love horror, I love all these other kind of things. But comedy is just, it's where my heart is, because I think life is hard, and so it's nice to you need to have that moment. You need to be able to make fun of other things, of yourself, of life in general. It just makes it easier to take. And so I was very lucky to get connected to the comedy community. And I took classes at Upright Citizens Brigade, I took classes at the Groundlings, I took classes at the People's Improv Theater, and through those classes I still work with people that I met through those, and they have a great network that they build in, and comedy, it's just you're figuring it out as you go. There's not a lot of perfectionism in comedy, because it is just, you just run with it. It's almost like your things can't be perfect, so you make do anyway, you know? Yeah. Steve Martin, he would always, when he was first starting out, he would play the banjo on stage, because he was like, oh, people will find it funny that I play the banjo. And he was really, really good. But he wouldn't get a laugh until he played it very badly. And then he would get laughs, and he would get a response, and he would get feedback. And that is also a thing that I know. I make films, I've made horror films, I've made drama films, I've made comedy films, but sitting in a film festival screening, watching your own movie, and hearing people laugh, oh, there's nothing like it. It's the best.
That sounds great.
It's the best.
That really sounds great. What inspired you to make your feature film that you're working on right now?
So I'm in development for a feature film that I wrote, that I've been writing. I wrote the initial draft when I was in undergrad. And it's a buddy comedy centered around two women, and it's also a music movie. And there aren't enough female comedies. There aren't enough big, broad comedies about women where they're silly and they're stupid and crazy things are happening, and I just want more of that. Sometimes that's what I'm in the mood for, and I feel like I can't get enough, and there aren't enough, and I want to be one of the people making it.
For sure.
Yeah.
I definitely agree with the fact that there needs to be more women representation in comedy, because I don't feel like there is enough of that. Like, where are you ever seeing a movie where the woman is the lead and it's a funny movie? They exist, but it's always one of those things. I think, when Bridesmaids came out, because Bridesmaids was a big broad comedy hit, and people see one movie centered around women do well, and then they go, problem solved, it's fixed, we don't need to worry about this anymore, see, look, women are funny, we accepted it, it's good. But then you won't see another one of those for like years, or especially not on that level. But it's like, there's just Bridesmaids, The Heat, there's so many funny movies and funny women, and I'm a woman and I'm funny, and I want to be allowed to be funny on camera. And so that's why I just want to create more opportunities for, selfishly, myself and also other funny women. I want more funny women. That's what I want to see. That's great.
Yeah.
That's really great. So would you say, who would be like your women in comedy? Like who would be your selection?
I mean, there's so many. I won't think of all of them because there's so many that are just excellent. But I mean, Tina Fey was always amazing. Amy Poehler, Lucille Ball from I Love Lucy was always great back in the day, you know, like from an older standpoint. Natasha Leggero is very funny. Tiffany Haddish, Regina Hall, and some of these are stand-ups, and some of these are just comedy actresses. Some people I know came from the world of like sketch and improv. So there's like all these different kinds. Kristen Wiig, a lot of the later people on SNL, like the more recent ones. Some great stand-ups. Steph Tolov is a very, very funny stand-up. She's been doing it for a few years, but she's just starting to get like a lot of attention now. Jordan Jensen is another one. And they're all different, you know, like they all have their own brand of humor. They all have their own style. They all have their own thing that they're trying to say. And that's, we need to hear from more people and hear more stories because that's where the original comes from. Everybody's, oh, there's no original stories anymore. We just need to hear from more people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think SNL is like a good way to have more women representation? Do you think that's like a start?
I mean, if you can get on SNL, that's great. Yeah, that's awesome. You should do that if you can do that. I mean, I think it's a good place to look to see funny women. That's like, you know, mainstream. That's available to everyone. That's on NBC. I mean, everything is on the internet now, so you can look up a lot of things. But I think SNL has always been a great thing for women, and I think it's nice since like Tina Fey and Amy Poehler. We see a really good career following SNL, which I think was not always the case for a lot of women in early SNL.
Yeah.
And I think now that's sort of shifting, and I think we're seeing a lot more of like, you know, we're seeing Kate McKinnon in movies, we're seeing these women that were on SNL and that were hilarious on SNL get offers and get feedback and get other jobs following their time on SNL. And so I think that's great. So look to SNL, look to these places. There's funny women. Go find them.
Got it. And my last question for you, have any of these women impacted you in any way?
I mean, I think it's like I was saying earlier, it's like seeing them do what they do and kill it makes me believe I can kill it too. And so it's like, it's beyond, it's not that they've ever done anything for me. I don't know these women, but seeing them have faith in themselves and push themselves and believe in themselves when others people didn't makes me think that I can do that too. And so I want to be great so that I can show other women, younger women, older women, other women, anyone, that they can also do it. So we're all just kind of, and you know, you do well so that you can lean back and help the person behind you. And so I think it's just like, that's an important part about community. That's an important thing about comedy. That's an important thing about networking and filmmaking and all of that sort of thing is you can't do it alone. We're not going to do it alone. And yeah, I thought I was going to have a better like grand thing and I don't. We're not going to do it alone.
That was good too. That is all we have for tonight. Thank you for watching. Again, my name is Sanaya Jones, and this has been Campus Nightly. Good night.